Hi everyone, it's Monica, and welcome back to Tailor-Made Cards for You. Occasionally I take some time from creating and I clean my craft room. And while I was cleaning my craft room, I found a box of these cute little matchboxes. And I thought they would be perfect to house some of my small tickets and ephemera. But of course I couldn't house my little ephemera tickets in a plain box, so I decided to decorate it up. And what better way to decorate it than with a Halloween theme? Now, when I said I had a few matchboxes, I wasn't kidding. A couple years ago, I was at a D-Stash craft sale, and I got 2 big bags of these boxes for a couple of dollars. And I knew someday I would do something with them, and I guess today is the day. So while I was creating, I thought it would be fun to share my creation on Facebook and Instagram, and I got a lot of really positive results. So I decided to go ahead and do a quick video and share with you how I put this little matchbox together and how I decorated it and how I'm going to be using it. Now, in some of my previous videos, I've shared with you that I have the Sizzix ticket booth die cut as well as the Stampers Anonymous stamp set. And as you see, these are the perfect size to house in my little matchbox. But you don't necessarily have to have the Stampers Anonymous stamp set to house these tickets. You could easily take your Sizzix die cuts and you can cut some of your Halloween paper or any type of decorative paper. You just want to make sure that you position it correctly so that way you get a nice image. Now, not only can you use some designer paper to create some of your tickets, but you can also create some of your own little tickets using some of the stamps that you might have in your stash. These stamps that I shared with you are from an old Graphic 45 potions set. And while I was creating the bottle that you see currently on the top of the matchbox, it occurred to me that the little label would be perfect for a ticket. And I was right. They fit perfectly in my Sizzix die cut. So that's really what I want to share with you today is how I created those little tickets. Now, if you don't have that stamp set, I decided to take it a step further and create my own little Halloween tickets. And these are sized perfectly to fit in your Sizzix dies. So at the end of the video, I will link up to the products that I used to create my design today, as well as the principle that I created, and I will have it in my Etsy shop. Now, this is the Sizzix die set that I was talking about. And like I said, I sized up my tickets perfectly to fit in the small dies. If you don't have the die set, you can still take advantage of the printables and create little labels. They're perfect for Halloween. And not only that, but they fit perfectly in my matchbox. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, when I first shared my design on Facebook and Instagram, I had a lot of people ask me if I used the Tim Holtz die cut to create my matchbox. And to be honest, I have forgotten that he had that die set. So if you don't have any matchboxes, there is a die set out there that will help you create your little matchbox. And as you can see, my tickets fit perfectly. Now, the Sizzix die ticket booth set has not only the small tickets, but the larger tickets as well. And part of the larger ticket, you can actually tear off like a ticket stub. And if you tear off the ticket stub portion, it does fit in your matchbox. So you could easily use every single die in your set. Now, whenever you're creating inserts for a box, whether it be a big cigar box or a small matchbook box, you have to take the time to measure out and get your pieces to fit perfectly. And what I would recommend is once you get that first set, don't use it up. Use it as a template to cut your future inserts, because you don't want to have to go through the hassle of having to measure out everything again. Because once you measure it out, then you can easily use your set as a template. And then once you have all your pieces measured out, it's very easy to put together. I don't even glue the bottom of my matchbox insert. I just simply place it in there. And then I glue the sides and that will hold in the bottom. Now, there's a couple of adhesives that you can use to decorate your matchbox. I'm using a clear gel tacky glue from Aleene's, and then I'm also using some of my Distress Collage medium. I like the tacky glue because it's wet enough for me to still move the paper around once I actually get it inside my matchbook box. And then once you get all your pieces inserted, you're going to want to take some sort of tool to push down the sides and the corners. So once you have the inside of your box all decorated, all you need to do is just set it aside, and then you can start to decorate the outside. Now you could easily cut out some of your cardstock to decorate the outside, but when I was playing around with these matchboxes, I found that washi tape works perfectly, and it is so easy to add to the outside as well as the sides of your bottom of your matchbox. Now the set of washi tape that I'm using is from the Tim Holtz collection, and the washi tape that I'm using is the poison tape. And because I had little poison tickets that I created, that's the design I started to work with. Now once you are decorating the outside of your box, you're going to want to have it laid flat. And the way that the box is, you can easily fold it so you will have a flat surface. And what I do is I take my washi tape and I tape the bottom as well as the top. And then I have it, I do my best to have it hold itself down with the washi tape. And then once you have all of your tape in place, you're going to want to take some of your distressed collage medium and rub it over the top. Now you might think this part isn't necessary, but you really don't want your washi tape to move. You want it to kind of stick together and work as one sheet. And that's why I recommend using the distressed collage medium. All right, so after you add the distressed collage medium, then you're just going to take your scissors and cut off the excess. And then you're going to do the same thing to the other side. All right, so once your box is completely decorated, then you're going to want to take some of your distress ink, and I use Walnut stain to just edge up some of the outer edges of your box. Now, depending on the type of design that you're working with, right? I mean, I'm creating a more vintage looking box, so I wanted to use the walnut stain. And that probably is what I would recommend. You could probably also use the vintage photo. I think that would work fine as well, but I wanted the darker edges. All right, now once you have all of your edges darkened, then your box pretty much is complete. And now it's just time to decorate the outside. Now you could easily leave it like this. There's nothing wrong with that. But I wanted to add a little bit more of a 3D effect on my boxes. I like to have the top of my box pop out just a little bit. Now chipboards work great for this because they are already pretty sturdy, and they will take any type of knocking around that your box might get in use. And you also are able to get your 3D effect. Now to add a little bit more height to it, I do add some foam tape. Now if you don't have any of the chipboard, then you could easily just stamp out an image like I did on my first box. The poison bottle on your top part of the screen was a stamp that I used, and that worked perfectly fine as well. Okay, so now that your box is decorated, it's time to create some little pieces of ephemera to put inside your box. Now, you don't have to put ephemera in the box, of course. You could use it as a little trinket holder. Piece of jewelry would look really cute. There's a lot of things that you can use this little box for. But I wanted to create some little tickets to go inside of my box. Now, the ticket booth tickets from Stampers Anonymous are really cute, but those are train tickets, and I really wanted to create some Halloween themed tickets. Now, I don't have any tickets per se, but I do have some images that I thought would work well for my tickets. And this, of course, is the stamp set from Graphic 45. And it is an older set. I've had it for a while, but I'll make sure that I try to find it for you and link it below. And it's as simple as stamping your images, using your MISTI, and then using your Sizzix ticket booth dies to cut out your shapes. Now I decided that I wanted to use my Sidekick to cut out my dies, so I wanted to trim down my paper just a little bit so that it would fit through the opening. And then it's just a matter of finding the right die to fit over your design. Now, if you don't have the Sidekick, of course you can use a Big Shot. Any die cutting machine will work, but I really like the convenience of the Sidekick. It fits right on my craft desk, and it's easily accessible to me. If you want to be a little bit quicker, you could certainly cut several of your dies with one swoop using your Big Shot. But I like the convenience of having my Sidekick right on my desk, and then I can just simply create the tickets as I go along. So as I finish up these tickets, I want to remind you that I will list all the products that I've used to create these along with the links to the stores. If you've enjoyed the video, I would sure appreciate a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about my little box and my tickets. Now, if you don't have any stamps that will work for your tickets, I will have a link to the set that I created in my Etsy shop, and you can easily get this downloadable printable, and you can use it for your tickets as well. Also, for fun, I will give away a couple of those printables. So if you want to go ahead and leave me a comment, let me know if you would like to be entered in my drawing to get one of my printables. And this, of course, will be emailed to you. So if you are the winner, I'll need to get an email from you so I can send you my graphics. Now, as a reminder, my 7 days of Halloween is going to start on the 1st, which is Saturday. So make sure if you aren't subscribed to my channel yet that you do hit that subscribe button and you do click that little bell so you're notified when the videos come out. I have a lot of great cards planned for you for my 7 days of Halloween, and I'm sure it's going to be a fun week. All right, everybody, thanks so much for stopping by, and hopefully we'll see you on Saturday.